Welcome back. We're here to talk about West Ham's summer transfer business. Barnes, let's start an attack. Andy Carroll, he's had his injury problems in the past and they've brought in Mauro Zarate and Enner Valencia. Good moves?
I think they are, yeah. I mean, Allardyce has been given the objective of playing nicer football. Whether they tie in with that, I'm not sure. Valencia, every goal he scored in the World Cup was a header. Scored against England in the warm-up match for the World Cup with a header. So he's good with crosses into the box. They paid a lot of money for him. He's proven in the Mexican leagues that he can score goals, but this is such a big step up. He did well in the World Cup, but you've got to be careful buying players off the back of good World Cup performances. Obviously, Zarate's already scored against Crystal Palace, great goal, so he's made a good start to his career. Be interesting to see how they come on, but overall, yeah, the West Ham fans will be quite excited about those two.
They're two pretty big name signings, and so is like Alex Song particularly. I mean, him and Kouyaté have come in defence and midfield. Good moves?
I think great moves, yeah. I mean, they're sort of similar type of players, aren't they? I was quite surprised that West Ham got Song. A lot of players were linked with him. United were linked with him. So Liverpool were linked with him. But I think he's a bit of a, there's a bit of worry about his attitude, isn't there, around the place. But that's why West Ham got him. With respect to West Ham, otherwise he'd have gone somewhere else. But he's a good sign in the middle of the park. We're interested to see what happens with Mark Noble in there, because, like I say, Kouyaté's been brilliant the first few games. He's a big, strong midfielder, and he's sort of like been likened to Vieira. I'm not sure about that at the moment, but you look at the signs they've made, and especially those two. I think that's very exciting for West Ham fans.
Barnes at fullback, they've brought in two young English players, Aaron Cresswell, Carl Jenkinson. Two more good signings.
Yeah, very good signings. I mean, Jenkinson, he was never really going to get in the first team at Arsenal. West Ham is probably more level in with respect to West Ham. Cresswell, best left back in the Championship last season. He's a very good signing. I think they bought him for what, 5 million was it? It's quite a lot of money for a Championship player. But he's good. I think he's ready to make the step up to the Premier League, and so far he hasn't looked out of place at all.
I mean, we keep saying good signing, but they haven't really lost anyone either. I mean, Mohamed Diame is probably the only player they'll miss, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of the similar type of player. They brought in like Song, etc. That sort of driving force, which is, I think Diame was a big hit with the fans there, wasn't he? They always sort of, when he was left out of the team, there was a big thing about it. Good player, but I mean, they didn't really sell him for much, did they? But he's a very good player. I think they'll feel his loss, but they've brought in players to replace him, so I think they're okay.
So Barnes, on the whole, what would you give him out of 10 for their business?
I think they might have spent too much money on Valencia in particular, but he's a decent signing, especially with Carroll injured. So I'm going to give him a 7, I think.
Matt?
Yeah, I agree, 7 as well. You look through the team and with the outgoings as well. They haven't lost anyone key, so I think it's a 7 out of 10.
I mean, for me, I'm actually going to give them an 8. I mean, when you look at the players they've brought in and who they've lost, I mean, it's definitely improved their squad on the whole, and they should be playing better football. So I think we're going to give them an 8. So we all agree West Ham have had a good window. Thanks for watching.